Welcome to Expand Your Fempire with Katarina Rando, the podcast for women in business on a mission, sharing ideas to support you to grow, lead, and thrive. Now, here's your host, Katarina Rando.
Welcome to another episode of the Expand Your Fempire podcast. I am blessing to be with you today because I have the most amazing gal with me, Elaine Turso. Many of you already know her. We are going to hear from her today. She has done so many amazing things. She is the queen of marketing. She is the queen of doing your own summits to grow your business. She is a fabulous gal all around. Elaine, I am blessing to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me. So excited.
Elaine, you, I know, have been an entrepreneur for a long time. I would like to hear a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey from first entrepreneur activity to where you are now.
Are you ready? Because you're not even going to believe how I wound up here.
Tell me.
Okay, so it was 2001. I had just had a baby and I thought it was a really great idea to start a business. I decided I wanted to make scrapbooks for other people. And then in 2009, my husband said, "You should do photography." And I'm like, "No." And then became a photographer. And I did that for 10 years. Retired, thankfully, right before COVID. I don't know what I would have done, right? That would have been a whole major pivot.
Right.
And then I decided I really wanted to help other business owners. So I started doing business coaching. And then by accident, discovered a way to help my client. And it actually flipped my business completely. I don't want to say upside down, but expanded the possibilities of how I could help people. And I am what I like to call in my zone of genius. So it is a thing that brings me joy. It soothes my ADHD brain because I'm doing something different all the time. Love it.
Okay, now you said you're in your zone of genius.
Yep.
Let's be very clear. What is your zone of genius?
My zone of genius is I give businesses a makeover, and I do that using websites, branding, and their CRM, and we mash it all together, and I make their business beautiful based on where they want to be, not where they currently are. So we build it all on their values, on their customer journey, on that experience they really want to provide, and we build it based on all of that. So we make decisions together based on where they want to be. So I kind of tell them I'm going to burn your business down, but in the most amazing way, because it's going to be built up and so beautiful. Because now that we know what we know, what could we do differently?
I love it. I love it. Elaine, I want to talk more about all this, but I want to pause here.
Yeah.
I want to shine the spotlight on one thing. You are the queen of positivity. You are also very smart, very masterful at your thing. And a thought came in my head. I want people to create a criteria for the vendors that they work with.
Yeah.
Meaning the people that they choose to invest with, like someone who's going to help them with their business. Everybody, I want you to have a criteria. You are looking for positive people. You are looking for experienced people. You are looking for people with the same values as you.
Yeah.
And Elaine, I think that you operate with integrity, which is one of my top values. You are very community minded. You are also a great girlfriend, which we're going to talk about more. All of these things. So, everybody, I'm just sidebarring here to say, I really want you to make sure you have a criteria for the vendors that you invest with, because that is going to have you blissing much more in your business. Okay, Elaine, I want to hear from you. You said websites, you said CRM. You're going to burn it to the ground, you're going to build it back up. Let me start with one, and then I'm going to ask for number 2 and 3. But let's start with one. What's the biggest misstep that you see from women in business?
Running their business on a spreadsheet.
Meaning
Yeah.
not having a CRM.
Not having a CRM. They're operating in a spreadsheet. They're using over 5 different tools or
Right.
softwares, not including Zoom and Canva.
Right.
Everything it's duct taped together.
Yeah.
And that was me. I called myself a hot mess express because I was. I felt I was trying, how can I possibly grow my business when I'm using all of these tools on the free level because I was too cheap to invest in it. And once I put on my big girl panties, and Kajabi was my first big girl investment, and then all of a sudden things started changing because I invested in a software.
Beautiful. And Elaine, I want to underscore here. I want to say, my friends, you got to run your business like a business.
Yes.
You cannot run your business. I love that you use the analogy of the duct tape or the metaphor of the duct tape.
Yeah.
You cannot run your business
No.
on a shoestring. Your business is a business. It's a
Hmm.
business. That means you run it like a business. What do businesses do? They invest in resources. They invest in great vendors. They invest in systems and software and people. And part of the challenge, I'm going to say one of the biggest challenges I see, and I agree with you, absolutely got to run our business like a business. The other thing is, gals are trying to do everything themselves.
Yes.
And as a result, their businesses are not growing,
Yep.
and they're also doing the things that are not their job. If you're not a bookkeeper, what are you doing books for? If you're not a graphic designer, what are you doing all that stuff for? Gals
Yep.
spending their day on Canva and they're not getting any clients. Okay,
Yep. Soapbox.
that's a pain point for me, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Let's get back to you. What is another challenge that you see that we
Mhm.
want to shine the spotlight on, a misstep for the women in business?
A whole lot of manual labor that is unnecessary. So, what I mean by that is, I was talking with a gal. She's like, I've sent the same email manually 8 times. I'm like,
Um,
stop doing that. I'm like, we could automate that for you, right? She's like, really? I'm like, yes, no more manual labor.
well, what you're also shining a spotlight on, Elaine, is that in business, people don't know what they don't know.
Yes.
And because you're an expert at Go High Level, I know that's the software that you use.
Yep. Yep.
And because you're an expert at branding and an expert at websites, by the way, people, please don't be building your own websites. Makes me
No.
cry whenever somebody tells me that. Because you're an expert at all that, you know what are the capabilities. You know
Yes.
what, and even if somebody says, well, we can't do that, but you got a solution for that because this is not your first rodeo.
Yep.
You have built gazillion websites already. You have already helped a ton of clients integrate with this software. And this is the challenge. People, not only are they missing out because they're doing what they're not supposed to be doing, but they're also missing out on the expertise of somebody they could just invest with a little bit.
Yep.
Not even like, 'cause it doesn't have to be, you could, if someone could pay you for a consultation and
Hmm.
save them a lot of money. But of course, they're going to want to hire you after that because you have massive value, and you're going to do it for them. And that's the other.
Yes.
Enough with the do it yourself.
Yep.
Okay, people, hire a professional. Okay, I think this is going to be a theme for us today, Elaine, because you're hitting my challenge areas that I see too much of the ladies doing.
Mm.
Okay, one more. Give me one more.
I would say, well, the DIY, right? So trying to do it all yourself because you don't know what you don't know. And I tell people, would you rather spend 5 hours in Canva or pay someone that it takes them 30 minutes? How is your
Exactly.
time best spent?
Right.
And I tell people, listen, if you're going to hire somebody, you need to replace what you would be doing yourself. You hire somebody. Now you've freed yourself up to do income producing activities.
Right.
So
Exactly.
now you're going to make money to generate to pay for the person to do it for you.
Right.
So you can't just delegate it and then keep doing that you're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
So hire the person and now replace that and add income producing activities and stop trying to DIY all of this stuff. Because, like you said, I hire a CPA to do my taxes because I don't want to go to prison. That's not my zone of genius.
Right.
And I jokingly say she keeps me from wearing prison orange because the reality is
Love
that
that.
that's not my zone of genius. So I happily happily pay somebody to do that thing and relieve that stress from me. So why are we spending time doing something that we don't love, that doesn't bring us joy, that causes us frustration, that makes us want to throw the computer out the window because it's not doing what we want it to do? It's because you don't know the things that you don't know, and that's okay. But let me do it for you, and then I'll teach you how to do it. And you'll have the support of me to say, how do I do that? So the phrase I love to use is who, not how. So
Right.
who can do this for me instead of how do I do it? Who can do it for me? And gladly pay them for that time because you're going to get so much time back. So you can spend time in your zone of genius, which is serving your clients. That's
Right.
why you're in business.
Well, it's also selling, my friend, because
Yeah.
the other challenge that I see so much is Mary Jane and Sheila are spending all that time doing all those things that are not their job. And then they're complaining, I have no clients. Well, of course, you got no clients because you're not talking to anybody about being your client
Yeah.
because you're conflating marketing and sales and you're doing all the marketing activities yourself. I mean, I'm going to say this is my thing. Nobody cares who made that flyer, who created that graphic, who built your website. They care that it doesn't look schlumpadinka and that it's a good website, right?
Yep. Yep.
He's going to ask you and say, did you build your own website? Because guess what? They don't probably want to hire you if you built your own website because that's not what they're hiring you for. And the more women recognize marketing is not our job, it's our job to work with marketing professional to help create the strategy that we want for our business. But the delivery of marketing is not our job. If we are a coach, a consultant, if we're running a brick and mortar, marketing is not our job. That's why people need someone like you on their team. I know you agree, my friend. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to jump to another topic because I know you're marketing queen and I knew you when you were a photographer also, amazing photographer. But the thing I love about you, Elaine, one of the many things I love about you, and I'm blessing to know you, is that you have done such a great job of standing out. Now, you stand out, you're loud and proud, which I love, but you don't stand out like over the top. Okay? You stand out beautiful, fabulous, alluring because you have such clarity on who you are, but also matching that and being strategic about your brand. Now,
Mhm.
before we push the recordo button, you showed me your friend tattoos, which unfortunately we cannot show on audio, but you can show them on video. And maybe we'll put the video here, or they can reach out to you to see all your amazing tattoos for friends. But I want you to talk a little bit about Friends, but and when we're talking about Friends, we're talking about the TV show Friends.
Yep.
Also, how have you incorporated this with your brand? Because this is a unique thing about you. And I
Mhm.
always like to say, amplify your authenticity. What is
Mhm.
that fun, unique thing about you? And you've done a great job of that. Share with
Mhm.
our people.
So Friends has become my thing. It's one of those things that it's been a part of my life since it was on television in the 90s, right? It's on rerun every day in my house. I watch it every night before I go to bed. I'm not even joking. My husband will tell you,
Wow.
"Friends Friends again?" I'm like, "Yes, it's my comfort show that I use to fall asleep so that I don't murder my husband because he snores." Okay? I watch Friends to save his life.
I hear you.
Um
Okay, I get it. I get it now. You have to have a little uplift.
Yes, yes. So I have incorporated Friends into my branding. I have little stickers that have the yellow frame with my picture inside, and it says, I'll be there for you. My business workbook that I use for my clients is Friends themed. It's the pivot planner, right? I've incorporated all kinds of little things throughout it. I did Friends themed business bingo. I created the Renaissance. I've created like so many things that are Friends themed. My Go High Level demo account is based on Relaxy Taxi as if Phoebe had a business. And so everything I do, I am like, how can I incorporate friends into this? I even created a quiz. Which friend are you? And what business would they have?
Love that.
Right? So Ross is a divorce force, right? He's a divorce attorney. Right? So everything that I do is very much about how can I incorporate this? And it's the thing that people know me for. So I kind of have a thought in my head of I know my brand is working when people send me friend stuff and stuff with the F word. Okay. Because they know that I love profanity. So I get stuff with the F word
It's
and I
good.
get friends things. People mail me things. I saw this and thought of you,
I love
which
it.
tells me that my brand is working because they see friends and instantly think of me.
Now, Elaine, I love that. Here's the other thing. You are having so much fun.
Yes.
And let's be very clear, listener of this podcast right now. Fun is alluring.
Yes, it is.
People want more fun people in their life.
Mhm.
They want more positivo people in their life. And if you got an opportunity to hire the marketing person who's with the buttoned up jacket and showing you the spreadsheet with the projections and the blah blah, and they're giving you the blah blah and the blah blah, or you can hire the gal who is super fun and is in love with friends. If all things are equal, otherwise, which person are you going to hire?
Right.
And I want to say that because it's important for us to recognize, as women, we haven't been doing business as many generations as guys. And business actually comes from a military model. And I'm going to suggest that that's not necessarily fun. But over here in business for ourselves, we get to design our business any way we want.
Yes, we
And
do.
the more we can infuse fun, the
Mhm.
more people are going to want to come and work with us.
Bing, bing, Katarina.
Thank you, my friend. Bing, bing. So, listener, I want you to think, what can you do to infuse some authentic fun in your business?
Mhm.
Okay, my friend. Now, I know we could talk all day about friends. I know we could talk all day about many things. I want to make sure we get in a little bit about the thing that I know you're all lit up about these days, which
Mhm.
is gals using summits to grow their business and grow their lists. And you're using it also to build your network and connect with amazing people, build
Yes.
influence. Let's have you talk a little bit about why are you so passionate and lit up about this?
So I did my first summit in 2021, the Level Up to Scale Up Summit, and I hosted it with my bestie Paige. And then it just kind of became this thing that I was like, you know what? Why don't I keep doing this? Because I have decided my intention when I host a summit is I want to connect with other speakers. And so giving speakers a spotlight, but also spotlighting myself as an expert as well. So, like, it gives myself a stage, but I can also bring other people that I love to the stage with me and say, hey, let's do this together. Let's meet new people. Let's make a difference. Let's give people ahas. Let's give people an action, a takeaway, something that they can do to help grow their business. My stuff is always usually business themed. And I took a little break for a little while and I came back and I feel like the whole summit industry changed and not for the better. So, my whole purpose right now, I'm on a girl on a mission, is to disrupt the BS that these bro marketers have been teaching people about summits. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? This is so icky. This is not how to do it. I am not a fan. And I'm gonna disrupt this and I'm gonna teach people how to do it the right way.
My friend, you're making me bliss. And I want to underscore enough with the bro marketing in all areas of marketing.
Over it.
Over it. Oh, totally. I am so sorry for all the gals who listened to some bro marketer and invested their hard earned money and got absolutely nothing. I cannot tell you how many sob stories I have heard, Elaine. I'm sure you've heard them too.
Yes.
Invested 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 for absolutely nothing. I don't want to be depresso because I don't like to be depresso. I like to be uplifto. And here's what I want to say related to this and you. When I go to your summit, and thank you for having invited me to speak at your summits, when I go to your summit, I see smiles on the screen.
Yes.
Not only I see smiles on the screen, I don't even see like just the box with the picture. Like gals are engaged in your
Yes.
summit. And I
Yep.
want to be very clear, everybody. So I'm going to tell you, Elaine, I love you. I will always be a yes for you. Any summit you want me to do. I do not do most summits because I do not want to do a pre-recording that is going to air at some point. I got no lead capture. I can't even take a screenshot. I got no smiles on the screen. I'm that why?
Why?
Okay, believe me, because you know me, I like metrics. And so I did that before and I would track. Here's all my speeches I'm doing. Here's all the summits I did when I tested this. How much action, meaning how much new gals in the door, did I get from summits? You know what it was? 8 summits. You know how many gals I got in the door from that, my friend?
How many?
Zippo, Zippo. Compared to give a speech, come home with at least one Insta client, if not 2 Insta, if not more. I gave a speech on Tuesday. Gal came up to me right after. Katarina, got to sign up for your speaker program. That's a big program. That's one of our biggest programs after a speech. So, you know, I am so pro speaking. I am also pro Elaine Turso's method of summits because not all summits are created equal. Okay. So I want you to share at least 3 of your Elaine Turso method for summits that are different than what we're seeing out there all over the place.
Yes. So, first things first, I do not charge my speakers to be a part of my summit. That has become one of the bro marketing techniques that I've seen. Not a fan, because what I've noticed is that people that it's their first time hosting a summit, mm-mm, you should not be charging people to be a part of your summit.
I
You
agree.
should be practicing and building your audience and trial and error and all that other kind of stuff, right?
Also, you got no track record. What are you
Right.
charging for? You got no
Yeah.
right to charge. You don't even know if you're going to get any signups.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also, everyone overestimates. I did a summit last year. She said, and it was not her first summit, but she said, we're going to have 400 signups for sure. We got 400 last time. I'm thinking 400 last time. She's getting more. I don't even think she got 20 signups. So
Right.
let's be clear. The reason why I don't like to charge for a lot of things is because now I have another client, you know,
Yep.
and I don't want to have unsatisfied people.
Yep.
Which is why I love the way you do it, because if I'm investing, then I better for sure get great ROI.
Yep.
I'm doing it. You're not charging me to do it. I'm excited just to be there, right?
Hmm.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's one thing, Elaine, different
Yep.
for you. Let's give a couple things more different for you.
Yes. Transparency. Full transparency from the very beginning. My speakers know exactly what I expect of them. They have everything. I overgive, okay? I create all the graphics. I give them an affiliate link so they can actually earn money by getting people to the summit. I also give them a free VIP ticket that they can give away to one of their best clients so that they have a familiar face on the screen, their biggest fan supporting them at the summit. I do speaker networking where all of the speakers, I invite them, and that's the day the tickets go on sale. Why? Because their energy, they're so excited. They just met all these new people. They just made new friends. They're following each other on Facebook and Insta and all the things. That's the day tickets go on sale because they're so excited. The energy is high. They're sharing. It's infectious.
I love that. And I want to underscore that. That's great strategy. My friends, it's all about your strategy.
Yep.
Beautiful. Now, Elaine, also, the other thing, okay, I want you to talk about this. When I speak at your summit, as I mentioned that I love, is the smiles on the screen. Why do you do that as opposed to what all these other bros are doing?
Because to me, it's all about human connection. And I feel like even in the times of AI, human connection is where it's at right now. And yes, I can automate the hell out of stuff. However, human connection is what people connect to and crave and want to be a part of.
Absolutely. And by the way, you know, I'm the retreat mama. This
Yep.
is why women love retreats. They want to be together. And see, the thing is, if it's no smiles on the screen, it's simply education,
Yeah.
some motivation, maybe some inspiration. But if you want to host a summit, you want to create connection for the people that are coming with other people that are coming because that's why they're coming.
Yes.
Not just for some education. They can watch a video. If it's a summit, they do want to be engaging.
Yep.
Love that, Elaine. So, so important. Anything else you want to share? I'll take one more super tip for success with your summit.
Zero speaker shaming. I do not participate or subscribe to speaker shaming, which I was on the receiving end of.
I've never heard that term before.
Yes,
I know
girl,
I
it
don't
is
like it, but tell me what it means.
awful. So basically, I was a part of a summit. I paid $200 to be a part of this summit. And they said, we'll give you your money back if you get 20 people to sign up. Whatever. So I participate in the summit. It's Friday before the summit. Starts on Monday. I get an email that says, you're in the top 3. First of all, didn't know there was going to be a leaderboard or a competition, which felt really gross. I'm in the top 3 with 2 signups. Okay. Then I get an email from some dude that says, you have not gotten enough signups, but I'm on the top 3 over here. So, I'm like, you know what? It felt really icky.
It
And
is
I
a
almost didn't participate.
right. My friend, I thank you for pointing this out because when somebody asks me to sign up for their summit, I actually like it when they are charging the $200 because I say to them, I'm happy to pay my $200 because I'm marketing 50 things right now.
Yeah.
So I will just pay my $200.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do not want to see a leaderboard. I do agree that is speaker shaming. And that is not the way to make people feel good about working with us. I love that you pointed that out. That again, that is a total bro marketing approach.
It is.
Because here's the difference. Bros, and because we're talking about bros in general, okay, just like we're not talking about any specific bros, we're just like the bros that are not vibing. They're doing competition.
Yeah.
And women do not vibe with competition.
No, we don't.
Okay. We vibe with collaboration.
And connection.
Connection. Exactly. My friend took the words right out of my mouth. Collaboration and connection. And whatever we're doing in our business, the more we can foster that, the better. I want to tell you, many years ago, I was in a business program and they had a speaker contest in the business program. And I was a finalist for the speaker.
Of course you were.
Thank you, my friend. The audience voted and the coach voted, which means the coach got to pick whoever she wants. I did not win. I know I did the best. So, first of all, I did not feel good about that. Okay. But the second thing is that I said, oh, well, let me try to do a speaker contest different in my community. Well, you know what? It was a competition. And there was a gal that won, and there was other gals that were very disappointed. And I decided I don't want anybody to feel disappointed. And so we never ever do competition, anything ever anymore. Even when we play our bingo game, when we do our retreats, we play a bingo game. And then some gals will rush up and they'll say, I filled it out first. I say, sweetheart, it's not about filling it out first. You don't win. We're going to just put them all in the basket and we'll draw a winner. No competition. Women don't vibe with that. And I know this is different than sports, but business is not sports. Okay?
Yep.
It is about connection. So I love that you said that. Connection, collaboration, that's how we want to do business. Bing, bing.
And let's also mention there was 12 people on the screen.
Right. So they don't get the numbers anyway, and they're charging
Right.
nothing. I always say to people when somebody's asking, hey, should I do this summit? I say, what is their track record? How many
Yeah.
times have they done this before?
Yeah.
And know that whatever numbers they're telling you, I've never seen anyone get the hype numbers that they say. They say, oh, we're going to have 1 million reach. Okay, well, that's a really huge number. Doesn't mean that those emails are going to get opened. It doesn't mean it's going to get signups. And this is why I love the way you do it, Elaine, because the way you do it, there are smiles on the screen. There's a lot of smiles on the screen. And that's what I know you're teaching your gals, as opposed to all of these people that are not getting any smiles on the screen. It's unfortunate because a lot of people are teaching people how to do summits when it's really too early for them to. If you, in the first couple years of your business, it's probably too early for a summit too. Would you agree, my friend? What are your thoughts?
Yes. I think that it's start with workshops, right? Start with workshops. Bring
Oh,
in a couple friends, host a workshop together, see what you like. I've done so many summits, and every time I get feedback. Like, I send out a survey instantly as soon as the summit is over. I want instant feedback while it's fresh in their brain. I want to know what they loved. I want to know, this wasn't my favorite part. Because of what I do is I take that feedback and I go, ooh, it would be interesting to try this next time. And so I feel like through all of this trial and error, I have really figured out what people resonate with. They resonate with, give me 5 to 7 minutes per speaker, so that if I'm not interested in this topic, I don't have to sit through a 20-minute presentation. I have a few keynotes. I stopped doing breakout rooms because, unfortunately, awkward moment when nobody goes to that person's breakout room.
oh, breakout rooms with the speakers you're talking
Right. I
about.
did that before, did not enjoy someone feeling that
Right,
icky, right?
right.
I don't want anybody to feel excluded. So stop doing that. Offering Q&A, offering more time to connect. People want to be able to ask questions
So
and dive in deeper.
do you do the breakout room where they can meet the other participants?
Sometimes. So it depends on how much time we have, how many speakers we have. But the next summit I'm going to be doing, I'm going to have networking as a part of the event. So because I'm going to be bringing speakers and summit hosts together under the same summit.
That's right. Very exciting.
Yes,
Yes, because I'm going to say that the gals always want some connection time
they do.
with other gals. And when I'm doing my Shiro Summit, we always put that in because
Mhm.
that's part of the value.
Yes.
Whenever we're doing anything is bringing the ladies together. And of
Mhm.
course, I got to shine the spotlight that you said start with workshops. You know, my friends, that is my jam. I want to remind you, pick a date, pick a time, pick a topic and run. Don't get ready to get ready. Get busy with your workshops. And that's the other thing, Elaine. You have your systems in place.
Mhm.
You have a network of
Mhm.
people for speaking and for showing up. And I really want to underscore what you said. Start with the workshops. You have a network until you have all your business systems for sure in place. I have seen too many gals doing summits that they're doing it because they're listening to some bro tell them they need to do it,
Yes.
investing a ton of time, and they're not getting results. And that's a lot of wasted time for their business.
Absolutely. It has to be, like I said, if my intention was to make a lot of money, I would not be hosting summits. I don't do it to make money. I do it to make connections and to connect with other speakers. So to me, the time that I spend, the time that I invest in setting it all up is worth it if I can make new speaker connections, because the collaborations that come out of that and connecting with them one-on-one, hearing what they do, they get to hear what I do, and they're like, "Ooh, could we collaborate?" Yes. And I also love that I get to hold the space for other people to say, "Oh, we have synergy. We should collaborate." And I love being a part of that. Watching other speakers get together and do something together, I love it. And that's worth it for all the time that I invest in it. Totally worth it.
And let me underscore, Elaine said she does it for the connections, for
Mhm.
the collaborations. And let's be very clear, this all builds influence.
Yes.
And you building more influence with influential people, that's good for your business. Also, you know, I know that we talked about Friends, the show that is your favorite thing. I also know, Elaine, that you are a great business girlfriend to so many women. And I want to underscore the excitement, the fabulousness, the wonderfulness, the bliss of cultivating business girlfriend
Mhm.
relationships, something that will uplift your whole life. Elaine, anything you want to say about that? Because I know this is one of your superpowers.
Yes. Before I hired a business coach, I had a business bestie, and we were accountability partners. And then I was like, why aren't we collaborating? Like, we could be doing something together. We hosted the summit, we had a podcast, we did all kinds of things together. And even through that, she is still my best friend, right? I've gone to Paris with her.
I know who you're talking about. We
Yeah,
could say, yeah,
I know. Miss Paige Engel,
yeah,
she flew in for
awesome.
my daughter's baby shower, right? Like that is the kind of relationship that we have, but it started out as business besties and just kind of grew and flourished from there. And it's just nice to know that when you're in a pickle or when you have this huge pop rock and you're like, is this a crazy idea or is this a good idea? You have someone you can call that, say, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I need to talk this out. And you just call, right?
Right. And now you have all these gals that are in business
Yes.
like you,
Mhm.
understand business. And my friend, I want to shine the spotlight on Paige because Paige was in Paris with one of her groups. Paige leads tours of Paris and France and other amazing places. And she was in Paris at the same time I found myself in Paris. And she invited me to come to her welcome dinner with her gals that were on her trip. Of course, I was blissing and I went. And she invited me to go shopping with the ladies. I went shopping, I had a great time. I then hired Paige. That was our first time I ever met her live and in person. Hired Paige to help me with my Amazon store, which is one of the things she does in her business.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. And one of the gals on her trip that I met in Paris became a client of mine also.
Full circle.
And I want to shine the spotlight on that because a lot of times we think, oh, that's a business activity. Oh, now I'm going to go do a social activity. All social counts for business when we're bringing our awesome, amazing, authentic self, as I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we're our authentic self, wherever we are, whether it's sipping cappuccino in Italy or it's in a business seminar, we are attracting clients because
Mm-hmm.
we are bringing our whole self to
Mm-hmm.
everything. So social counts. I want to underscore that.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
Elaine, we're gonna have to have you back. We have so many other things to talk about. I want you to talk to our listener about your final word and then how can they connect with you? Go ahead.
So I would say that no matter what you do in your business, make sure that you are 100% in alignment with your values. One of the things that somebody said to me one time was that stress and overwhelm is an invitation to get back into alignment. And so when you are feeling like the temperature is rising in your brain, the only thing that we have left in this world that is free is your breath. So take a breath, go touch grass, go play with your dog, but just get out and know that everything is figure outable and nobody is going to die, right? I am not a doctor over here. Nobody's going to die if your email doesn't get sent. Like it's not that serious, but every problem has a solution. And remember who, not how.
Beautiful. Elaine, I'm blessing to be with you. I'm always blessing to be with you. I want to thank you for coming to the Expand Your Fempire podcast. I want to say keep doing your amazing work in the world, uplifting women through not only your summits, through your whole business. My friends, we will be with you again very soon on the Expand Your Fempire podcast. And remember, you got massive value to bring. Be loud and proud about your massive value so you can sell more, you can serve more. Most importantly, you can uplift more lives with the amazing woman you are. Bing, bing.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Expand Your Fempire with Katarina Rando.